Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with the Expanse Season 6, Episode number 6. They are calling this is Babylon's Ashes. They are calling this the season finale, dude. We are 6 episodes, and we are done.
Mm-hmm.
That is, we are done. But
it was bittersweet, man.
They called it the season finale, not the series finale. I think that's
this
important.
entire time, I thought it was the series finale, and I was like, no, come on, no. I want more. Like, just watching this show, how could you not look at this and be like, I need a little bit more, like just a couple more shows. Like,
Yeah,
it feels like it.
I mean, just I would have been okay with a series finale if season 6 was like 10 or 12 episodes, right?
Yes, yeah, it needed a couple more shows for sure.
Because they just left a lot unsaid and a lot just on the table, just like, okay, what's up with this? What's up with that person? What's up with this scene? What's going on on Laconia? It's even though the episode was great.
Yeah, no, it was great. I give this a 10 out of 10, but like I was looking at it like, damn it, I want to know a little bit more. I want to know what happened. Like, is Marco completely done? Did he go to a different dimension? Like, is he with the other aliens now? Like, what happened to them? What happens to anybody who goes through this portal like that?
Marco is destroyed. He is completely
he's done for.
He's done. According to the entity is an alien, right?
The okay, so we're saying the entity is just eating energy when you go through the gate. That's what we're saying.
Yep. So you go through that, and if you awaken the entity, then that's what you go through. And so that's what happened to Marco and his crew.
So now the bigger question is, well, if everybody starts going through the gate at a higher speed now, don't you have the problem of this thing waking up the entity more often? And isn't it possible the entity could come through the gate?
Well, hopefully the transport union will figure that out. There's a lot going on,
they know about it, but like
they know about it now.
You gotta let people know that, you go through the gate every 10th episode, they're gonna punch your ticket. Like, you need to know that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna figure it out, man. But listen, season finale, 6 episodes for this season. Kind of sad. I would have been okay if they. I would have been okay if they even did an HBO where HBO would say, we know we're going to give you 14 episodes of a show. Let's just say Showtime did billions or something like that. They didn't tell anyone. They were just like cutting it short at 8 episodes, then coming back a year later with the other 8 episodes. Just like, what? But why not just tell us, right?
Yeah.
I would have been okay with this. But with that,
you think it's like a financial decision, because they said they gave them the budget for 6 shows, or no, they gave them the normal budget, but what they wanted to do cost so much that they only could do it down to 6 shows instead of 10, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, and it also, when I heard that and when I read it, I also had to like think about, okay, so these creators, the directors and everything, right? Just like, so what are they doing? Like, they have the same budget, which is okay. I mean, you did, season 5 and 4 and everything else. Why can't you get everything you want to say into 10 episodes for the final season? Why can't you do that?
Well, I think that it would make more sense to just cut the Laconia plot completely. And well, we'll get to that when we do the rundown. But like, if you were running out of money and you couldn't do everything that you wanted to do, you could have got rid of the Mars Duarte stuff and just kept it straight on the Belters and what's going on with Earth and Mars, and just focused on that only. That other part of the show kind of like, you never actually got a conclusion out of it. It just felt like, because okay, when we do the rundown, we'll talk about this.
And the other thing is, just getting back to IMDb, this joint has a 9.3 rating on IMDb thus far.
That's fair.
Not bad. That's pretty good, right? That is pretty good. You want to give a brief overview and then we'll get into it?
Okay, so I have one question before we get into this. What the hell is coordination protocol, or
The
no, it's
the
something like that. Something at the beginning of the show, they said that we sent some kind of signal to this spot, some protocol thing, and then they just left it alone. Like, what did it do? Did it do something? Is it part of the ship, or is the proto molecule, like, what is it? I don't know.
I think wasn't that when they when they were getting all the different forces together, right?
I have, I have no idea.
Mars, I'm spitballing here, but I don't know what
Yeah,
that
but, like,
is.
I think this is they said it on Laconia, though. This is
Mhm.
Duarte that was talking about whatever, the guy was talking to Duarte, and he was telling him that we got this protocol and it responded or whatever. So I think maybe they contacted the aliens or something, or they got
Maybe, yeah, they
control of
were able to,
something.
Communicate with the entities, huh?
That's possible. I
Because he
mean,
kept
that would
looking
make
up too.
sense.
Remember, he kept looking up like, "Oh, this is mine."
Yeah,
He
yeah,
kept
yeah.
like at
Well,
looking up at that thing that was
that
in the sky.
spaceship,
Hmm.
I think that spaceship is part protomolecule and
Yeah,
part
it is.
Mars tech,
Hmm.
because it seems like, because they did the railguns, it seems like they have a better understanding about how protocol molecule works
Yeah.
than everybody else, because they're actually using it to do things instead of just it's going wild and doing what it wants to do. Like, they're actually controlling it and making it do what they want with it. So like it seems like they have a better understanding about what the hell's going on with this thing. And
It
that's why I was like, damn it, I need more. I want to
it
see more.
it's almost like with Star Trek Discovery. I think the first or second episode, it was all about something called the burn, where
Mhm.
every single ship in the galaxy that uses dilithium, which is everyone,
Yeah.
something triggered the. It was something that just triggered the dilithium to explode wherever it was. So it
Took out
basically just
warp for all the spaceships. Like, no one could go
well,
warp
it
anymore.
it it killed like two-thirds of the population in the
Yeah.
galaxy.
Yeah.
So all these like you had complete species that were gone, races that were
Mhm.
gone, and they had to like
That's
pick up.
crazy.
Yeah, it's called the burn. That it was pretty cool, and that's what this sounds like. With the protomolecule,
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, this is much bigger than anyone
Mhm.
else, and we need to really research it and find out how can we control it, right? Or
Mhm.
how can we
Well, it looks
work
like they
with it?
did.
Yeah.
I think they have figured out how to control it, but again, I haven't read the other books, so I don't know what's going on here. And
Hmm.
it seems to be in line with some of the stuff in the other books, but like, I haven't. I my knowledge about this is like a Wikipedia entry, right? I haven't gone in depth with it like a lot of other people, so I don't know
Hmm.
where they're going with it really.
A
But
good
what?
website to check out information about the Expanse and a bunch of other stuff is a website called Inverse.
Mhm.
And I was reading a really good article about, they were talking about recapping the season finale, and
Mhm.
the subtitle was "And Why There Will Not Be a Season 7." And I'm like, why are you talking about that right now? I mean, can
Yeah,
we just
okay.
have a
Alright.
little hope right after we, right
Yeah,
after
yeah,
watching the show? Can we just have a little hope? Can you just like shut your
yeah.
trap and just like let me get through this and let me process it and
Mhm.
get myself together emotionally just in case there isn't a season
Let
7?
me feel good about this for a minute. Like, come
But it
on,
was
man.
a really good article, though, I must admit, too, just
Yeah.
like it was really well written. Okay, dude, let's get into an overview and then we will get into this very exciting season finale.
Alright. Yeah, pull up my notes real quick. All
Uh-huh.
right, so episode 6 starts with Kira and the zombie brother. And she's out in the woods, and she
Mhm.
brings her back. She brings like her brother. Parents are freaking out, like, "Oh my god, you're safe!" But worst parents ever of all time, worst space parents ever from Colony. And then her brother walks in. Her parents like, "Oh hell no!" And they rightfully are like, he tried to cut him with a knife. I was like, "Oh damn!" Like, that's the response that someone's gonna give. Like, they're not gonna be like, "Oh, my son's back." They're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" So
Yeah.
they lock him in the cabinet, and Kara runs out and opens the
She's
cabinet.
sneaky, isn't she, man?
Yeah, she's real
Kara.
sneaky. The worst parents ever. And so she frees her brother, and I guess tell her brother to go live with the space dogs or whatever. I don't know.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
that was kind of weird. That this storyline seemed kind of pointless. I wish they would have focused more on Duarte instead of the kids because the storyline didn't go anywhere. But the Duarte storyline directly impacts what's going on in the belt, so I think they should probably kept with that. So they built like we talked about this earlier. I think they built a protomolecule spaceship or something. That spaceship it's something together with the protomolecule. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
what
mean
it
you
is.
can
We haven't
see
decided.
the sort of the hue and how it glows and everything. You
Yeah,
can just
it's
tell.
glowing. It's got the spiral thing in the front. Like it's something
Right.
something protomolecule.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's the super ship killer, like the Foundation.
The
that that's
Invictus
that's the Invictus of Expanse.
of
Uh,
Laconia.
yeah,
The
we'll see.
Laconian Invictus.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But like we'll see. Well, okay, so Christian is talking to the leaders, and they're trying to strategize what to do. And once they realize that Marco is trying to get to the ring, they're like, okay, well, we need to attack them here, here, and here, and they split the fleet into 3 sections. So you got the Earth, Mars, and then Kamina, and they're supposed to do their job to kind of slow them down or take them off. And then Holden lets forth this brilliant plan, which I have to say visually was awesome. I
Oh
would have
my
paid money to
goodness,
see that in
dude.
a theater.
I mean,
Uh,
how long
so
before
his
you go on? How large is
yeah,
your television?
52 inches.
Okay, I have a 55, so that in this 4K that came in awesome, didn't
Oh, it was
it?
crispy. It was extra crispy. I
Right.
rewinded a couple times, like, oh damn.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So his plan is that they're gonna assault the rail guns
Mhm.
and try to take them over and use the rail guns against Marco. And yeah, we'll get to the assault in a second, but so
Mhm.
that's their plan. Christian is like, dude, can you give me something solid I can actually use? Like this is useless. Like you can see her frustration, but she's got nothing. So Holden back on the Rocinante. Um Oh, they got to Roosevelt. So Roosevelt talks to Philip and gets him back into his command under his father.
Mhm.
And Philip is disillusioned by his dad. He's not impressed. And I'm surprised that because we were talking about like Philip's gonna do something, whatever. Philip
Mhm.
just cut. He was like,
He
peace out.
bounced. He was like, "Dude, you are an idiot. I'm out of here." And he got out in the nick of time too, didn't
Yeah,
he?
nick of time. But like I
Mhm.
think that was probably the smartest thing to do because you're gonna die in the
Yeah.
in a battle with your father, or
Mhm.
you're gonna get blown up in the spaceship in the battle. So like, what's the point of that? Like, you seem like you just made the right decision. You just cut. Um, so they get to the assault on the rail guns,
Mhm.
which is holy crap. That was
It's,
great, and you
it's
can
pretty
tell
awesome.
they spent 2/3 of the budget on this one show.
Right there on that
It was
one
a it was
scene.
a lot. It
You
was a
know?
lot with
Yeah.
them on when they're on the catwalk, and you have Bobby taking all the brunt of all the bullets trying to take this thing out. Like it was awesome. Like everything about that was awesome. And Amos was doing his thing. He's being a badass as usual. Everything about it was kind of cool. Um, the other thing I want to talk about is that Peaches discovered she got like 5 years to live.
She's done,
It's
dude.
kind of sad. It's a wrap because she kept
She's
using
done.
her implants. Uh, yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like I was like, yo, they got together. Oh no, Peaches is. Oh damn! All right, Peaches is done. Okay, because
So you have you have some sort of a syndrome, and you have
yeah,
five
it's like
years to
5 years.
live. There is no treatment for it at all.
Yeah, she cooked them the Last Supper, and that was
Hmm.
that.
Mushrooms,
Yeah,
rice, and
Peaches has
gravy.
been. She's been pretty solid throughout being on the ship because
Mhm.
she helped with that first assault, finding the tracker thing with the spaceship or the
Yeah,
what is it, the ghost ship. She's helped repair the ship a couple times. She's earned her keep on the show. Like I'm sad
she
to see her
has,
leave like
man. You
that.
know,
Yeah, and
she's
even
part of the
even
crew
during
now. She's part of the
yeah,
crew.
even with the assault when they were going through the thing and they're trying to do the burn, do that that crazy visuals with that. She
Mhm.
was the one that put the reactor back together, like just bolting it down or whatever. Like she did her thing, man. And I'm glad to see that Naomi gave her flowers while she's alive,
Exactly.
rather than waiting until she left the ship. Like, yeah, I really like Peaches. She was not that bad. Like, I appreciate the fact that she kind of recognized what she was trying to do, and she appreciated it. I respect that. So we got to talk about Marco's strategy here. Marco's strategy was pretty solid. I gotta be
Really?
honest.
You think so?
Yes, because think about
Mhm.
it, right? They they got pretty lucky finding the ghost ship in the first place. That was luck. It was kind of luck that they found out where the space depots were with all the supplies. That was luck.
Mhm.
They got lucky getting to the rail guns because they had assault teams ready for them. Rail guns were slicing through everything. The space, the containers, the shipping containers. They sliced through all of that. They were prepared, and it just came down to execution. But like everything in this plan was pretty solid. And Marco was expecting Duarte to come through the gate with that big ship because he kind of alluded to that. You said that because Rosenfeld was talking to him,
He's
and
all
she gave the
happy and
impression that like,
everything. Mhm.
yeah, he's like, ah, maybe there's more out there. I don't know.
We
So I
have a
think he was expecting it.
surprise. He thought,
Yeah.
he was going to just like
So
present this big surprise in battle, but it didn't happen.
yeah. So during the battle, when Duarte was like, nah, we're good. We got bigger things to. Like, we got the gods to kill or something like that.
Mhm.
So like that's why I was like, oh damn, they're gonna use this ship. That's why I was like, I was mad. Like I was like, yeah, this is crazy. Oh no, I need more. Like I need more. I gotta talk about the Belter Lada thing or whatever. Why is it that the Belters are so susceptible to speeches, man? All you gotta do is bang your chest and say something over and over, and they're like, you know what? Let's go. That sounds pretty good to me.
Well, I mean, when you really can't understand what these people are saying sometimes, I mean, that
They
would
sound like
explain a
a
lot.
mixture of Creole and like West Indians,
Hmm.
like repatois, something like that. It's like
Yeah,
it sounds
exactly,
like that mixture of
exactly.
that together. So yeah, Roosevelt dies. That was sad because
Yeah.
she needed to stay.
Mhm.
And Naomi saves the day by like launching everything at the ring to
To
create the
to wake up the entities.
wake up the entities. And
Hmm.
that was a heartfelt cry for her. Like you could tell like that really like she was good. She was throwing her Emmys and her Oscars together for that scene.
Hmm.
Like I was feeling it, man. I know you don't like her that much, but like I was like, oh damn, man. And they had that
No,
picture of her with her kid. I was like, oh, that hit me in the
she
strings right there.
she came through this episode though, man. I got a lot of respect
Yeah.
for her character now.
Yeah. No, she did
you know?
she got back to old Naomi, like where she was useful and she wasn't
Yeah.
bossing people around, being rude
I mean,
and crying every 5 minutes.
oh my goodness, forget about it. Come on.
Like that cry, I was like, she earned
That
the
was
entire
real.
season. She earned
Hmm.
that cry. That was solid, man. I felt it. Like I actually felt that one.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about this commission here. So like that's pretty much the end of the battle there,
That's it.
and then basically the end of the series. And we got the commission here. So Christian, they're arguing with each other, and I gotta be honest, I would not let the belt be in charge of anything on purpose. Like, come on, man.
Hmm.
These guys are ridiculous. Let's just be real here. And Christian made a point. You don't have a government. Like it would be better if they gave it over to Fred Johnson or one of those kind of people that they had a goal of trying to unite things, but the belt doesn't want to be united. They want to have everything on their own and run their own. Like that Nico, like why was that person there at the meeting? I
Hmm.
know she's in charge of the series, but like she was like, get rid of the Earthers, we'll die on their own. Like, no, why are you in charge here? Like that blew my mind. Like she had no business being at the table. Like
That
Kamina
that may
100%
be the
did.
seat of the government though for the Belters series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Hmm.
it is. It is. But I'm just saying, like, that lady's thought process of Kamina came here with food and saved your life. And she's like, why are you
And you
bootlicking the
dogged her
Earthers with
for
your
real.
camera thing? Yeah. I'm like, really? I don't want you in charge of nothing, man. You're too short-sighted to be in charge of. You need somebody pragmatic. And at least Kamina's pragmatic. At least she looked at that. she hates Christian's guts for everything they've done to the belt, and she's like, "We're gonna work together, and you can't tell me what to do, but we're gonna work together, and I'm gonna lay my life on the line to help you achieve this goal." I'm okay with her being in charge of the commission or whatever for the belt, because
Mm.
that's the most logical person outside of maybe Naomi, but
I thought it was going to
like
be Naomi for a minute.
because you think about who else has a good relationship with Earth and the belt.
Yeah.
There's only those two, and Fred
Exactly.
Johnson, and Fred's
Fred
gone.
Johnson.
So that's the only two people that are left on the belt that has any credibility on Earth and Mars. So it made sense. I think that Holden was a bad choice. It's a good choice on paper, but Holden being in charge of it when Holden just wants to be free and not be stuck at a desk doing stuff like that. He doesn't want to be tied down to anything.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it. So I wasn't mad at that. I thought that was a good choice. It's a better choice. It reminded me of Game of Thrones. Did you watch the last season of Game of Thrones?
No.
They made one of the Stark sons to be the head of everything, and like it didn't feel right. And everybody who watched the show was like, "What? Really? The guy that should have done it, he didn't get it. This guy, nah, it didn't make any sense." And this kind of makes sense because Camilla has the most credibility because she put her life on the line to help Earth and Mars. So that's a person that you could at least trust them and make a good decision for everybody. So I was fine with that. What'd you think of the series finale or the season finale? Let's say that with
Man.
fingers crossed here.
Again, they said season finale, not
Fingers
series
crossed.
finale. Yeah. Dude, I thought it was completely and totally awesome.
Yeah, this is a good
I'm not
battle.
quite sure about the Laconia stuff because I think that it feels like the Laconia thing could be its own thing. I mean, if you
Yes.
really wanted to break off and say, this is Laconia, this is the ring, we can control the entities. I'm not sure. But
Mhm.
I think the episode was pretty dope. They ended the episode with a lot of weird, just things that are just left open,
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of stuff.
Laconia, like the transport union,
Yeah.
like
How's it gonna
Philip.
work? Yeah.
Philip, where's Philip?
Yeah, he changed his
Um,
name to Nagata, and he was like, "I'm out, peace."
he changed this wasn't that kind of so wait a minute.
That's
This
cool.
was that the ship that Naomi gave him?
I don't remember. I
Because
gotta
she
see. I
gave him
gotta
a
go back and
ship.
watch it.
She gave him a ship. I
I
think
thought it
that's the
was the
ship.
the ship that she jumped out of at the end of season 5. I think that was the ship that she gave him. She gave him. Yeah, I think the ship that she jumped out of. I forgot what it's called. I have to rewatch that. I could be wrong. In the comment section, flame me if I'm wrong, but I thought the
Mhm.
ship that she gave him that they made her tomb was the one.
Oh, okay, maybe. But you are, I mean, again, you have the Philip thing, just a lot
Mhm,
of things that are left open. Um,
mhm.
and for the creators, the directors, and everything to say, oh, based on what we wanted to do, think about this, based on what we
Mhm.
wanted to do, we thought that to give you everything that we're supposed to give you, we need to do this in 6 episodes. In the final episode, you left 3 or 4 things completely open. How dumb is that?
Wide
How
open.
dumb is that?
I would
Your
have.
logic, your logic, your
Yeah,
argument on why you only did 6 episodes is completely ridiculous because you left so
yeah,
many things open with this final season
yeah.
finale. It's stupid.
Because the thing is, though, it's not like you didn't know before you started filming. You're like, "Ah, damn, we got to tie everything up." Like you knew before you started filming.
Hmm.
So, to me, it would have made more sense to get rid of Laconia completely because that was a good 15 minutes every show that wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
And it costs money to build the sets, and you got to get the actors and whatever, and you got to film it. You could have cut that off and just dealt with the belt more in depth, or do more character development or something. I don't know. I don't think the Laconia storyline was necessary. I gotta be honest. I wish like I said before, the
Mm-hmm.
focus on Duarte and then show that these kids are there. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But like they didn't even introduce him to like episode 3, I think, or 2. That hey, Duarte's here. He's the guy who's running this.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thought it was just some random colonists, and they're like, "Oh no, these are the guys that fled Mars. What are they doing down there? They didn't even say what they're doing down there."
Once they started planning the attack on Laconia, the ring, right?
Mhm.
Um, that's when things started to like really start working itself out, and then
Mhm.
they went with Plan B, which was Holden's plan, which was
Mhm.
a serious plan. I mean, like these rail guns, we need to land on these rail guns and like disable them or do something. That was pretty cool. The
That was
way
very cool.
when they
That was
said that this is
awesome.
how we're gonna like have a strike force, and I was just like thinking a strike force, they're just gonna get like chewed Swiss cheese out of the sky.
That
But when
was
they dropped
awesome.
thousands and thousands of like shipping containers, I was like, oh dude, this is so sick. I was like, this
Yeah.
is so sick. I was like, man,
Oh yeah.
that was just off the chain, man.
Visually, it was stunning. I was on the edge of my seat, and then
Yeah.
it's 4K HDR.
Yeah.
Like it was looking crisp on the screen, man.
I
I was on
watched
the
it.
edge of
I
the
watched it
seat.
4 times already. 4 times.
Yeah,
You know,
that scene when they opened up the containers and the thing was just coming through, and then they
that was
popped out of
sick.
the.
Hmm.
I was like, oh damn! All right, we're gonna go here. All right, all right, let's
That was
go.
pretty dope. And
And
then
the
when they,
thing with Bobby, she shot the rockets. I was like,
mhm.
yo, Bobby's a G, man.
I'm
I
telling
the
you,
one
man, I
thing
keep telling you, Bobby, don't mess with Bobby.
the people they got their shine. You got to do their cool thing that showed you why they were cool. I
Yeah.
like that. Naomi got to be smart brainiac that figured it out. Peaches got to save the day with the reactor. Holden just was grumpy. I guess that's what he had to do.
Hmm.
Uh, Amos was like, "Yo, we're gonna charge this thing." He's doing proper leadership things. Bobby represented, man. I was happy. Everybody on the Rocinante was good. I was happy with what happened.
I'm going to second you with that. I'm going to
Mhm.
second that. I thought that every single person on
Mhm.
the this episode, everyone just shined. Naomi
Yeah.
shined, Peaches
Mhm.
shined,
Mhm.
Kara and Alexander shined too because they were supposed that was supposed to happen. It's something about Kara that's kind of interesting, but we'll never know,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, we better get another season.
Everyone was on point though, man. Like everyone,
Yeah.
like Nico,
Mhm.
um, obviously Kamina, drummer, even Walker. Who knew that
Mhm.
Walker came out like that, right?
Like Walker came out with the G. Like, yo, he ran into
Dude,
like,
right?
yo.
Walker was like, and I was a little skeptical about Walker. I was like, I don't like this guy here, but he was
Yeah,
like,
I thought he was gonna double cross here, but Walker went out like a G. He's like,
he
yo,
went
we're
out
just gonna
like a
end this
G,
thing right
man.
here.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
everyone was on point, dude. I'm serious.
Mhm.
This was
Yeah, the
this
battle
was a
Camino was great too. That was
man. Come on, the
yeah.
battle. I mean, the way that they took out or took control of the rail guns was just that scene, the
Mhm.
graphics, the lighting, the color
It was
grade.
awesome.
That whole joint
Yeah.
was ridiculous. And then the other really cool thing is, and this is what I noticed. I made a note of it.
Mhm.
Okay, now tell me if you saw this. I
Mhm.
noticed that even though this was like a death and destruction episode, right? You either
Mhm.
win or you're destroyed. Death and
Yeah.
destruction, right?
Yeah.
The lighting, like we're just
Mhm.
talking about video editing or whatever, right? Just shooting video here, right? The
Mhm.
lighting they had on Naomi was very interesting. They had a much
It was a
light
softer light.
it was
Yeah.
a softer light. Did you see that throughout the entire episode?
Yeah.
Because if you
It
look
was
at other
grimy.
episodes, they had darker, like harder light on it, and you can just
Mhm.
see like,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow, they made her softer the entire episode, right?
'Cause their attitude was softer in the episode. Like, this is the subtle visual cue. She was like, "I understand what's going on here. I respect Peaches for being here,
Hmm.
and I gotta do my part." And I think it was kind of, it made sense that she would be responsible for what happened to Marco. Like we talked about before, it's either gonna be Philip or Naomi, and I thought that it made sense to it was Naomi's thing because she's kind of responsible for Marco turning into the thing that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like she's kind of responsible, and for her son being out there, so it
Yeah.
kind of made sense that she'd be the one to end it. But yeah, like I think that visually it gave you a thing like a life is turned, and now she's a happy person to be around now.
Yep.
She's yeah,
They
good
definitely
good
made her
good for
softer. The
Holden.
lighting was softer throughout all the different scenes. They were just
Mhm,
softer, softer on
mhm.
everyone. They were just softer on everyone. So Marco is not as smart as everyone thought he was.
I listen. I think his strategy was on point. He pinned down Earth
Hmm.
and he ruined Mars, which is a huge deal for the belt.
Yeah,
It added parity for everything in the solar system. You put everybody at parity. Then you got control of these ships, so you had a full navy. You're controlling the skies.
yeah,
Took control of the ring. You had control of all the space stations. Now, I I think that his plan started to fall apart when he lost the series and he lost the supply depots. Those
yeah,
are two things that wrecked him
yeah,
because he got more people from the free navy. So like, screw this guy. We're gonna join up with Earth. Like, you've messed up when people are like, we're going to join up with Earth and see what happens. We'll take our chances
yeah,
because these people hate Earth. So for them to go that far is a huge deal. But like, I mean, like his strategic plans for battle, it was a good plan. As much as how limited the belt is with what resources they have and
Mhm.
fewer numbers, that was a solid plan to wreck Earth and pin everybody down for a long time, like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
You
It
ruin
was,
their environment and natural resources. Like that was a solid plan. You just couldn't execute it.
he can
Cause
execute it. I think he was in his own way though, too, right?
yeah, that
Hmm.
100%. But I'm just saying, like the actual plan on paper, I
Hmm.
thought was genius,
Yeah,
considering how little resources he had.
yeah,
Because
okay.
you started this plan with no ships, and then you
None.
had a whole free
That's a
navy,
very good point.
and
Very good
and
point.
controlled all of the
Mhm.
skies.
Yeah.
Like that's impressive, man.
That's a very good point. But I think that, and we said this throughout different like reviews and different episodes that,
Mhm.
Mark Philip is either going to, be gun ho or he's going to be like, this is crazy. Why are we killing people? We're doing. He realized that no, 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 we're not doing this for us. We're doing this for you.
Yeah,
And he like
I
said,
think
I'm
with
out of here.
the guy that he killed his brother, I forgot his name.
Mhm.
I'm drawing a blank on his name, but it was the guy that killed his brother accidentally on the dock. I think that was the point. Philip was like, "What am I doing, man?
Right,
This
right,
is some
right.
nonsense."
Right,
Because
right,
like
right.
you're
Exactly.
supposed to be doing all of this for the belt, but you killed the
Tadio
belt to get done. Yeah, yeah.
or
So I'm saying
Tadio.
you're doing all this for the belt, and then you blew up half the belt. Like,
Killed your own
how's this
people.
good? And
Killed
then
your own
you're
people.
starving the belt too. Like that was
Yeah.
not good.
When the battle started, they figured out like that's the Pella,
Mhm.
and let's go destroy it. Marco had like the joint all like shield up. He had these different
That's
things on his
genius.
ship. Yeah, that
That's
was
the thing.
pretty
It was
dope.
genius.
That was pretty dope, right? But they
Mhm,
they found him, and once they were able to like get rid of the rail guns, it was
mhm,
just like okay, now we are chasing you down, and
mhm.
Naomi, like I said, I may not like her, but she is super duper brilliant. She is a genius. She was
Yeah,
like,
she's very smart.
wait a minute, I think I may have a way.
Mhm.
And it was just like, disrupt, wake up the entities, wake up the ring entities. And then that would draw because Marco is he's going to the ring anyway. If
Yeah.
you wake up enough, he'll get caught and trapped in one and destroyed. When you go through these things, when you wake up the ring entities and you go through your ship, you're destroyed. That's
Yeah.
it. He's done.
It
He's
looks like you
never
get
coming back.
vaporized.
He's yeah,
Yeah.
he's vaporware. He's never coming back, dude. He's done. Marcos is done.
Mhm.
Arnaudos, he's done. He's now Philip. And this is okay, so this is the thing that freaks me out a little bit.
Mhm.
there is so much more that the
Without
Expanse can
questions.
do.
Because like
So much more.
Philip has to reintegrate himself into the belt.
Yeah.
After half of them was like, "Yay, Philip destroyed Earth,"
Hmm.
and then he's got to walk around like people are still looking for him. Or
Yeah.
no, I think they probably assume he's dead, but like somebody's gonna recognize him. Like, wait a minute, that's Philip.
Well,
Naros.
I
Like,
was thinking that, because he has a ship, when he changed the name of the ship, the registry. If
yeah,
you
he said he's
remember,
the god
if
down
you
there.
right, if you remember in the first season of The Expanse when they had it was called the Tachi first, the Rasanati, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in order for them to be able to travel freely, they needed to change the registry of the ship, right?
Mhm.
So it needed to be changed from the Tachi to the Rasanati, the registry. He changed the registry to Philip Nagata, right?
Yeah.
So now he has the ability to, if he's close enough, he can send out a message to his mother or something like that. Naomi, like, yo, I'm here, I'm alive, yada, yada, yada. But that could be a
I
whole
would take it,
season.
man. I'm like, bro, you need to go hang out for a couple years and then come talk to me in a bit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That could be
I would be open for that.
that could be a season right there of like Naomi and Philip. Maybe he landed someplace and he's I don't know, an organic farmer or something like that, and he doesn't wear shoes, and
Well,
he let his
he
hair
can't land
grow, and he has a
anywhere.
really like long beard or something like that. I don't
Yeah, but
know,
he has to stay in the belt. He can't go to none of these planets. He can't do anything. He's got to stay in the belt.
he's done, man. Okay, and
That's
then you
it's a tough
have
life.
and then Christian, man, she's the breakout star of the Expanse.
Yeah, she's my favorite. I
Mm.
said my favorite character on the show is Christian this entire time.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm going to, again. I'm not trying to bite off you, but I think I'm going to Amos.
Yeah,
It was between Amos and Christian because they've
mhm.
been around the
They've been
longest, all of them.
consistently awesome the whole show.
Yeah,
There's not a thing where like, I don't know, I don't agree with that. Like every show, I'm like, yeah, I agree with Amos, I agree with Christian, and yeah,
this is yeah, man. This show is so good. I mean, I don't you
let me
we
ask you
need
this:
to what's up?
where do you think they should take the storyline? Because you can go with the books version and jump ahead. What is it, like 30 years, whatever it is, or you could keep going with this timeline because Duarte's still out there. They can't go to Laconia. There's the stuff that's off limits. If they open up the ring again, they're gonna have issues with going to the Laconia thing.
I
I don't
would
think they know
say
that yet.
I would say that's a good question. I would say like let's just start with the low hanging fruit. Let's
Mm.
complete the sixth season first, right? Let's give us
Okay,
an
that's fair.
additional 4 or 5, like
Well,
episodes. I think
what
that they
is the
can
sixth season though? What is the rest of the sixth season?
the rest of the of season 6 is
Mhm.
Duarte, Laconia,
Yeah.
where's Philip, what's
Mhm.
popping off with Peaches, right? And
Yeah,
how's
you
the
could have.
transport union doing? So
Yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to like
that's a
4
good season.
episodes, give me an additional like 6 episodes because I think there were some seasons where we had 12
Mhm.
episodes of The Expanse or even 13 episodes, you know? So
Yeah, because I think
they could finish book 6 right there. The way they left it hanging, man, is and this is it's such a great show just to
yeah, yeah.
have us
I
hanging
don't.
like that.
I kind of blame them because I blame the writers. I don't think they thought through why you introduced Laconia if you weren't going to finish it.
Mhm.
Like, that didn't make sense why you would bother doing that if you weren't going to go there at all. But I think that the Laconia storyline is interesting enough that you could be the focal point. Because what was it, season 4 or 5 that they were on that planet, and that was a focal point of the show. Like,
Right.
you could do that again. Like, you could do one planet and it'd be the focal point. That's
And
okay.
those when they were on the planet, those huge structures, those were the entities, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Hmm.
they were in there or whatever. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I
Hmm.
don't know how that works. So whatever the pro molecule is doing, but like that thing there is an interesting storyline enough. Like you could just focus on Duarte and the colony,
Yeah.
and and them discovering them, and then having them battle out with what's going on over there. Like that's enough. I'll be happy with that.
I think they should come back with like exclusive episodes, book 6,
Mhm.
right? Just finish things out.
Well,
Give us
the thing is though,
something.
the belt is dysfunctional as it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could do a show about dysfunction in the belt. You don't. It doesn't like that's never going to end. The belt is not going to get their act together and start running like efficiently.
And then you have okay, one other thing, right, that I thought was really
Mhm.
interesting. When they made Holden president
Mhm.
of the transport union, I was like, this guy has some political chops,
Yeah,
right?
he could
I
do
mean, the
something.
way he was speaking, like politically, like the vocal was flowing really well. He was
Yeah, but he does.
astute.
The problem with him is he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to, but he did it
Character,
really
but he
well
could be.
because he was
He
like,
could be good at it. Because he's the
mhm,
thing about Holden is Holden's willing to make decisions that are there people aren't going to like,
right,
but it's for the greater good.
yeah,
Like that's the issue there. Like he's willing to put his neck on the line and do something people won't like. That makes a good leader. The problem is he will never do something like that.
nah, he wants to be in space, dude. I mean, I
Yeah, he
get
wants
that.
to be
It's
in
almost
space.
like
She don't
Bobby.
want to be.
Bobby wants to be a soldier, you know.
Yeah, yeah. She don't want to sit at a desk. Like she was miserable on Mars, and it's
Kamina,
like
do you
that is.
think Kamina wants to be a soldier or does she want to be on the ground, like helping
I
out the
think
Belters?
well, Kamina, she's pragmatic and she's
Mm-hmm.
built first. So she has to do something that helps the belt. She will do it. She'll throw her thing in 100% her back behind that. So I think that it's a good choice because she's the type of person that if it's good for the belt, whatever it costs, I'll do that. And it makes sense. And she has a good relationship with Earth and Mars because she did sacrifice herself and a lot of crew members to go to help them.
Right. She's hardcore, but people really trust her because, you know, her word is her bond. You know, it's just
She's
like,
consistent. Of
she's
all the people
consistent,
on this
dude,
show,
for
she's
real.
consistent.
She's really consistent,
She did
man.
not waver at all. Like she's like, I'm a ride or die. Like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you can tell, like, even her arch enemies are like, yeah, Kamina, she's a real G. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta respect her. Like, yo.
The episode was sick. It was dope, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also sad that we think it's over, or at least that's what
Like
they're
go back
telling
to
us.
it's bittersweet, man. Like
I
if
don't think it's
they're
over though. What do you think? You think it's over?
I hope not. I'll put it like that. Like I want more of the show. I love the show. I like the
Again, they ended
characters. I
with
like the show.
season finale, not series finale. Why
So
is
there
that?
is it on IMDb. Does it actually say series or season?
Listen, on Amazon it says season finale.
All
And
right, I'll take Amazon word for it.
Amazon owns IMDb.
Yeah, they own both of them. So like,
Right.
if
So
one of them says it, it's got to be true then.
the the info comes from the way Amazon integrated
Mhm.
IMDb is like completely tech
Yeah,
genius, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
because it
but
was
it's it.
dope. It's coming directly from IMDb.
If it has a dash, I didn't check it before we started filming. We should have checked it.
What do you
Does it
mean if
have
it
a
has a
dash with a
dash?
date? When it has the date on the show, if it has a dash, then it's still open. If it has the year, then it's closed. The show's over.
Oh, I know what you
But yeah,
mean.
you
Well, if I
see, yeah,
did
the
this here, wait
CCTV
a minute.
series. This is 2015, and
Look,
there's a dash right there.
2015 dash. You see that?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Because when the show's
Mm-hmm.
over, it'll say 2021 there instead of just a
Uh-oh,
dash.
dude. Come on. Uh-oh. Yo, we about to get another season.
Oh, fingers crossed! All right, fingers
Dude, we
crossed. We'll
about to get
see.
another season, man. Listen,
I hope
that would be
so.
pretty
I hope so.
awesome. This was a great show, man. Let's wrap this up and let's get into our review. Yo,
Mhm.
Keo, what did you think of The Expanse season
I gave
6?
it I gave it a 10 regardless of what happened to Laconia because
Well,
that
wait a
thing with
minute. Wait
George
a minute.
Day.
Before you go on, you
Okay.
gave the episode. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just talk about the episode. So
Okay, give
season 6,
the
episode
episode
6, you gave
I
it a
give the
10.
episode a 10. I
Mm-hmm.
give the whole season of the 6 episodes, I give it a 9.5 because
Okay.
I want more. But
Mm-hmm.
like this episode was a 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The action, the acting, everything was great. I loved it from start to finish. I watched it twice. I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Um,
What would you give the season
The
and the
season,
show?
I'm gonna give a 10. The show, I'm gonna give a 10. And the
Okay.
reason why is because I think I've watched season 6 probably 5 times already, like the entire season. I've been watching these shows over like 4 and 5 times,
Mm,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and as I watch them over and over again, I see things in the show and I'm like, oh, that was like season 4,
Mhm.
episode number 5. I need to go back there and I have like these notes that I like jot down, like when I
Yeah.
associate things with this season or this episode with a previous season. It's kind of cool. Um, but no, the episode, that's a 10 all day. I mean, just the stuff we like, the space battles and all that stuff, man. Just it was off the chain.
Oh,
The
it was great.
season, the reason why I'm giving the season a 10 is because they weren't trying to rush, give you things that were unrealistic, like
Yeah.
Boba Fett or something like that, people on
Yeah,
big
you're
wheels,
right. Things that happened, it made sense that they
it
happened.
made sense, right?
Yeah.
It was a smart way of putting this
Mm,
show together. And even though it's season 6, the season finale, like I said,
mhm.
I don't think it's over. This is a great show, man.
Yeah.
This is by far for me, in 2021 and obviously 2022.
Mhm.
Um, this is the best show like I've been
Yeah,
watching.
this is my favorite sci-fi
Yes,
show out right now, at
all
least of the
day,
space, whatever. By far, by a large margin, this is
Mhm.
my favorite show.
all day,
Yeah.
man. Great show. Let's hope that this is not over because it just can't be. It can't be over, dude. Come on.
You gotta tag Amazon with this and like, yo, make another season, man. Let's
You
go.
know, we have to do something, man. Well, folks, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And before we leave, we will be doing a recap of season 6 of The Expanse next week. So, again, like we said previously, if you want to come on, you have to
Mhm.
contact us, not via a comment, but via like email, using
Mhm.
going into the about section on our YouTube channel and contacting us there. If you, this is not going to be live, but if you want to be part of this recap, you need to
Mhm.
contact us via email. It can be, you can see that on the About Us section tab on our YouTube channel. Well, anyway, there you have it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.